let's say the server had, let's say, 10 functionality, and maybe your attack somehow was able to knock down at least 3 of the functionality. Okay, so even you don't have that information what functionality was like impacted, but from the 5 axis you can at least you can figure out that okay, at least your code attack somehow worked, and one of the objectives that you were able to achieve is that somehow you were able to kind of generate some kind of error in the server, and the server was not able to process the request, even though that request was kind of, let's say, easy. So let's say you did an SQL injection attack, and let's say it deleted all the database of the server. So in that case, most of the scenario can be that server is not able to process the request, and it will end up in kind of an error stage. And in that case, what it will do is that it will return you the 5 axis code. Okay, so that is again kind of a exact correct answer I was looking for as a web pen tester. So thank you for saying that. And what can be as a SOC guide? What how this can be helpful as SOC guide? Any session again on that? So let me answer that. So let's say you are investigating certain logs file, and you have a response code, and you saw that okay, there is a 5 axis code. And so what will happen is that you will kind of quickly see. So let's say there are multiple entries over here on the like HTTP request, then HTTP response, and you figure the HTTP response was like 5 axis. You know that okay, there was some kind of error. So you will look at the logs which were just above that line. So let's say HTTP request, what data was sent out by the user. Okay, what data was sent by the user. Okay, so in that you can figure out okay, what was the specific data that was sent by the attacker, let's say for an example, which actually led to a server side error, which ultimately led to 5 axis. And let's say it actually led down 3 of the functionality of the server out of 10. And you can quickly figure out okay, what was the attack that specifically the attacker did. And this can also be used by a developer. They can kind of patch their server. And also what you can do is that once you know that okay, what was the specific attack which actually executed on the server, what you can do is that in the web application firewall, you can put some kind of an alert that okay, if this kind of data comes up, alert the SOC team as well as block that kind of attacks. Okay, so there are a lot of things that as SOC professional also we can do, and similarly as a web pen tester, there are a lot of things that we can figure out just by using the 5 axis code. So I hope like you got an idea at a high level what this course means, and now we'll try to see if we can see those things in action. Okay. So what I'm doing is I am just doing a start burp. So I think it will take some time again. So what we'll do is that let's not waste our time, and we'll continue the discussion. And in the meantime, once this is up, we'll kind of quickly see that thing in action. Okay. So now we are done with the HTTP response code. And now thing is that I need to kind of figure out what else I need to discuss. So one of the plan I had was to kind of ask a few questions to you guys. So let me see if I have those questions with you. Uh, Okay, so let me just go to those things. Give me 1 second. Okay, so let me do one thing. I'll quickly ask few questions from you guys, and I'll showcase a specific figure, and it will be kind of an exercise for you guys too. So let me just give me 1 second. Just give me 1 second. Just 1 second, guys. Almost there. Okay, so let me go to the mind map again, and second. So there's my image. Guys. Okay. Oh, it's pretty small. Okay. So now, thing is that this is one of the, like, let's say header. Okay, one of the header, and I have few questions from. I hope this is visible, and I have few questions from you guys. Can you guys quickly tell me what is the site that the user is accessing, and kind of what is the port number over here, and so can you just guys tell me about that? Like, yeah,
Sir,
say go on.
beware command limited.org and port number is 85.
Okay, so that means like the 85 is a non-standard port, right? Because HTTP is the one. HTTP actually utilizes 80. So,
Okay.
and yeah, so this is, so yeah, answer is correct. The domain is beware.org and port number is 85. Um, and now I will give a chance to, let's say, other users. So let's say the next question that I will ask, like, uh, I will request other guys to also answer that. So the next one will be that, can you guys tell me what site actually brought the user into this website, bewarecommandlimited.org? What is the specific website? By, yeah,
The Robert training
yes.
center.
Yes, yeah, correct. So that's the actual correct answer. So thing is that the guy, whoever was visiting this URL, was referred by this URL, which is Roberts on training.system and something like sothread.php question 95, something like that. Okay. Now, thing is that what I also wanted to know is, let me just quickly go to that. Mm, the one, the easy question. Yeah. So the other question I wanted to know is, if you see the user agent over here, can you tell me like the browser, as well as can you tell me what would be the window version of that user, or at least like tell me the window version, what the window version is over here
So the
that the
browser
user.
is Mozilla browser and Windows 6.1 and
So okay, so thing is that, let me just quickly see over here. So one of the thing is that, let's say Trident 4.0, right? Trident 4.0, what's that? Okay, so thing is that the user agent is not actually Mozilla. Mozilla, we will see in a lot of user agents now. Is actually a, what you say, when the browsers were kind of made up, when the browsers organization was set up, there was one term that was used, was Mozilla. Okay, so that's the reason. It's, let's say it is an organization, for example. Let's, at a high level, let's say it's an organization. So you will see Mozilla everywhere. Most of the users will see the Mozilla. Okay, but that doesn't mean that it is a Mozilla Firefox browser. Okay, thing is that there is a term, if you see a Trident. Okay, so if you do just a quick Google search, you will see that it is somehow related to the Internet Explorer version, which is 11. Okay, which is the version, which the version is Trident and is 7. So it is somehow related to the browser is actually the Internet Explorer. Okay, not the Mozilla Firefox that maybe we would kind of think of. Okay, so that's one thing. So that's the correct answer. And the other thing is that for the Windows version, if I see that, okay, if I say Windows NT 6.1, okay, so it is. So thing is that when someone asks you the version, the version answer will be specifically, it will be Windows 7. Okay, the Windows 7 internally uses NT 6.1, Okay, it's